Hello everyone, my name is Admiral Prince Eric and welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna break for today for waiting on the update 12.6 is right on for tomorrow. As I know about that, the update 12.6 was on release initially first on the NA and EU servers. So I can't wait for this tomorrow. So let's get started about the full patch notes and we're going for a reactions. Let's get on. Okay, update 12.6 Spanish cruisers, the new horizons. The maintenance will be on tomorrow, July 20 for 3 hours time. This content is going to be early access of Spanish cruisers, battle pass, concealed maneuvers, pan-European destroyers are now full released, armory, also laying the fifth wave, battle song collection, economic changes, brawls, division star, technical improvements, game balance changes, content additions and changes, and other changes and improvements. Let's dive into it. Okay, early access to Spanish cruisers are getting most exciting for these new nations to come into the game, as I recognize back this about Canarias and Alvaro de Bazan. Now, Spanish ships will be arrived for the early access for some time. Then, 2 months will be released on the 2 months ahead will be on full release. So, update 12.6 delivers Spanish cruisers on early access. The Tier 2 Mendes Nunez will be available for a free daily random bundles. Tier 3 Navarra will be obtained via daily random bundles available for doubloons. Lastly, from Almirante Severa to Catalunya will be available in sequential bundles obtainable for a temporary resource. They are gold Spanish tokens. Andalusia, the tier 9, can be obtained via random bundles available for doubloons. The top tier is Castilla, available to purchase for doubloons at the end of the sequential bundle chain. The new mechanics for Spanish cruisers are these ships have main battery guns with average range and damage per minute. They are also armed with a short range torpedoes, but most likely similarity for French cruisers. Cruisers of tier 7 onwards will be feature a burst fire alternative fighter mode. The shells follow a flatter trajectory and the AP shells penetrate armor more effectively. However, this is similar from super cruisers like example Conde and Annapolis. However, it will take a long time reload at, sorry. However, it will be take a long reload time after you use the burst fire. The newcomers are fast, but they have only average concealment and maneuverability. Spanish cruisers boast a wide range of consumables to choose from. There are hydroactivity search consumable available from tier 4, and starting from tier 6, they can now exchangeable between the defensive AA fire. Starting from tier 7, we got a repair party introduced, and our choices between the catapult fighter and the spotting aircraft. Here are some emblems of the Spanish cruisers, which is new looking designs. Gold and Spanish symbol tokens will come in handy while the cruisers are in early access, and one way of obtaining them is via the personal challenges event that's making a return in this update. Once again, you have to demonstrate your skill by achieving specific accomplishments while commanding ships on different nations and types. This time, the event features an updated reference since the last time made on back in late 2021 for German battle cruisers on early access. We added a section with information about earned rewards to personal challenges page, and a number of other visual changes and improvements have been made. So I can't wait to see this for the Spanish cruisers ahead for early access at that time, and these newly tech trees will be arrived somewhere in update 12.8 on the World of Warships anniversary. Okay, the battle pass is going to be some new rewards and new changes. The final reward of the free battle passes contain a 7 times rare bonuses container and 100 silver Spanish tokens. You can exchange the latter for sequential bundles that include bonus packages applicable from tier 5 to 8 early access ships or for gold Spanish tokens. Now, for the premium battle pass delivers even more valuable items. The final reward for completing them it is a 500 gold Spanish tokens. Use them to obtain sequential bundles that holds from tier 4 to 8 Spanish cruisers, a permanent camouflage for tier 8 and 9 ships and other items. Alright, we changed the post-progression rewards for the Premium Battle Pass after completing all of its levels. Players will receive a one-time rare bonuses container and one-time 1000 gold for each additional level. The seasonal bonuses remain the same as they were in the previous iteration. Additional combat missions to earn BP points and progress through levels. 100% bonus for the first daily victor and a 5% bonus to cold steel and research point earnings. Now, the Concealed Maneuvers, a new game mode into the game, will be starts on July 21 at 10 a.m. after the update is released. It ends on August 8 at 1 a.m. which has been designed to test a new mechanics for aircraft carriers. Like a copycat from Shokaku and Lexington, there are two new aircraft carriers, Kikaku and Concord Bridge, except that they feature adjusted parameters of squadrons with unique consumables. These aircraft carriers can be rented for the duration of the event. However, you can take them into battles of any other type. What set of these new aircraft carriers apart these squadrons' unique consumables? They are Smoke Curtain Generator and Airdrop Minefield. Okay, the Kikaku is an attack aircraft equipped with Smoke Curtain Generator, which can set smoke screens just like ships with smoke generators. Now, the Concord Bridge bombers are armed with an Airdrop Minefield consumable. When activated, it calls in another aircraft to deploy a minefield within a circular area below the position of the squadron at the point of activation. The mines don't arm immediately, but once they do, they deal damage to any enemy ships that collide with them, and they have high chances of cause flooding. Okay, so the Smoke Curtain Generator, it will help you to deploy from the planes will be dropped into the smoke, allowing them the allies' positions will be engaged while on smoke, fighting upon them as usually without detection. Now, the airdrop minefield is gonna be a new variance. This is gonna be a similarity for a real life landmines, just like um, the minesweepers between the land and sea. Well, as usual, only the minefield can be destroyed in the sea can be dealing for use in the depth charges. The format is gonna be a tier 7 and 8 aircraft carriers, cruisers, battleships, and destroyers in a 9 versus 9 format. The eligible aircraft carriers are unlimited for Kikaku and Concord Bridge, but all classes are allowed. So I'm gonna get assigned for tier 8 Pan European DD Online in this attainable, as well as the Pan American Cruiser in National Allende. Achieve a victory concealed maneuvers to turn the second signal light of the new update navigator green. Sorry about that, I just read it. Finally, Pan-European destroyers are available to everyone. So, a new operation is about to set. Operation Tempest was named after the failed operation that took place in the German-occupied Poland in 1914. The top tier representative is a Jans, named after the city of Poland, which is from German name Danzig. These newcomers are artillery destroyers that primarily rely on the main battery guns in battle. They are exclusively armed with HE shells only. Starting from tier E, the shells have flat trajectory ballistics. The high-speed torpedoes of new Pan-European destroyers should be considered a secondary element in most situations due to the low damage and rather short range. Now, the highlight of this branch is the consumable combination of smoke generator and surveillance radar, the latter of which is available from tier 8 and features a long range but a short action time. Destroyers are also equipped with engine boost. The new ships have meteoric speed and gold concealment, but a higher tier representatives boast large HP pools. I can't wait to see this to grind for these Pan-European EU destroyers, but despite of doing right now for the tier 9 Ostergatan, but I have to unlock the split first. Okay, the armory features ahead in this new content. Warship Strike will be beginning on August 11 at 5 a.m. It ends on September 1 at the same time. Warship Strike is back in the armory. Remember the Warship Strike does is what I remember back in the anniversary ahead last year. You'll be again tasked with fighting against AI in a duel format. To participate in the minigame, you need a special strike passes. You can purchase them in limited quantity exchange for in-game resources and in unlimited quantities for doubloons. The one pass will be cost 250 doubloons. The rewards for seeking ship are as follows, and the rewards for killing as follows. They are except for tier 2 Almirante Abreu, as well as tier 3 ships Vampire and Ninghai. The new armory also contained the newly Dutch large cruiser Van Speyk, which is named after Johannes van Speyk, Dutch naval lieutenant. Will become available in the armory of 46,500 research points. So this is what's a similarity of the tier 8 Harlem, but that has 30-second fire duration time that was mentioned for Overlord Ball's video, and it has the same consumables like repair party, hydrocused surge, and defensive AA fire, but also one charge of the airstrike. The naval community will be changes as follows. The removals are going to be on the list. The symbols of Yukon bundles, permanent camouflage for Leningrad, permanent camouflage for Japanese castle for Fuso, and the permanent camouflage for Texas stars and stripes. So already those two, but I got right now for got acquired for a permanent camouflage for Texas, and some more camouflages container as well. Now the following items will be added to the naval community tab. So a bundle with a beautiful game flag in patch are available for 4,000 community tokens. The Wings of Courage permanent camouflage available for 2,000 community tokens. Now, the Bionic permanent camouflage for Pensacola will be available for 4k community tokens. The Orca permanent camouflage for Huron will be available for 6,000 community tokens. The Blazing Tropics permanent camouflage for Atlanta will be available for 8,000 community tokens. Finally, the Independence Day permanent camouflage for Colorado available for 8,000 community tokens. Now, Azulane Wave 5. Here we go. The combat collaboration between World of Warships and Azulane is finally here. This time, the already impressive list of Azulane commanders will be joined by 3 newcomers with individual voiceovers. They are Colorado, Cheshire, and Prince Heinrich. Moreover, 2 new ships will be added to the game are Air Cheshire and Air Prince Heinrich. What's more, we're adding 3 new team permanent camouflages for Rune, St. Louis, and Neptune. To top it all off, your favorite and familiar commanders and ships are making us come back. A new collection will be dedicated for the Battle of Somme. Movie starts on July 27 at 5 a.m. It ends on August 24 at the same time. Battle of Somme, it commemorates one of the most immense battles between the First World War. It took place from July 1, 1916 through November 18 of the same year on both banks of the River Somme. It was a confrontation between the armies of the British Empire, the French Third Republic on one side, and the forces of the Imperial German Army on the other side. To complete this collection, you need the 60 different elements that the new Battle of Somme containers can drop. These containers can be obtained in army exchange for doubloons and in the premium shop. They are also rewarded for completing combat missions, and the number of containers you can earn this way will be sufficient to complete the entire collection. The exchange rate for duplicate elements is 2 to 1. So the rewards for completed collection are the Tier 9 British destroyer Somme, a ship that's akin to a Jutland, with the unique Lest We Forget permanent camouflage and a commander with the 10 skill points. Okay, we applied some economic changes for the operation so far, but we are cases for that. There will be a more substantial rewards. Okay, for bros in the update 12.6 will have to be read on. The first round of bros takes place after the update is released at 9 a.m. Playing tier 9 ships will be a 5 versus 5. It will be a no more than 2 battleships and 3 destroyers only. You can participate in division up to 5 players. So I'm getting ready for this, but almost game to do this right now between the upgrade modules and all the way to the top tier. Now the second round takes place on last day of July until on August. Playing will be tier 8 ships, 4 versus 4. We'll be playing submarines, destroyers, cruisers, and battleships. The no more than 1 submarine, 2 battleships, and 2 destroyers. You can participate in division up to 4 players. Now, the third round of brawls will be head on for August. This time will be tier 10 ships, 4 versus 4 battleships only. You can participate in division up to 2 players, but GK can only be handled this. Now, the final round of brawls in update 12.6 will be playing the same tier. This time will be 3 versus 3. But no more than 1 submarine, 1 aircraft carrier, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and 2 battleships. You can participate in division up to 3 players. Now, the division style will be changed and implemented so far, but I can't read this entirely, so will be mentioned for this. Technical improvements so far, which is the setting menu improvements, which is gonna be a new variations between from the old into the new ones. But I would like that to do so further. But the game will be immediately a modernization balance since the launch of the game back in 2015. But I recognize to all this. Now, the other one will be a recruiting station combat mission so far. The replay improvements and the Twitch drops. After taking over a 1 month for passing on the update 12.5 simultaneously, we'll be back again once more to get more of the community tokens as soon as we can. Game balance changes will be going on nerfs of the American hybrid battleships, which is going to be a details coming from a World of Warships dev blog, as well as the tier 5 British heavy cruiser Hawkins. Now, content additions and changes will be new feature. The commanders Jose Prudencio Padilla and Pavel Nakimov. Well, the Pavel Nakimov is a Russian admiral whom he killed during the Crimean War at the time of siege of Sevastopol. Commanders Fyodor Apraskin, Murat Seresli, and Wahoo with individual voiceovers. The 200 years of Colombian Navy and Telyashka flags, and 200 years of the Colombian Navy patch. There are 4 emblems for Pan American cruisers since we released back in update 12.4 for Pan American cruisers in the territory. Now, the permanent camouflage for Dmitry Posharsky, there is a priest Dmitry Posharsky permanent camouflage. An individual voiceover for Commander Minakami Shiori. Now, in the next update, the rank and clan tokens will be removed from the game, and players will be receive compensation in the form of steel. As long as that update is live, camouflages that are available exchange for rank and clan tokens will also be available for steel. More info on these changes will follow at the later date. Now, the container changes as follows. The Azulain Battle Maidens of the Sea premium container has been added. The contents of Colorful Regatta premium container have been updated. There are colorful tokens have been exchanged for credits at the rate of 1 to 75,000. We reveal the contents of these containers on our website with the release of this update. Now, the other changes and improvements so far, the Lantern Lights, which is going to be prepared of chain combat missions to celebrate the traditional Japanese Obon festival. Other changes so far will be implemented by wargaming developers so far, so I cannot read this entirely. For now on, so if you wanted to go on website though, make sure link is on the description below and read something in update 12.6 on the patch notes entirely. So that's for the end of our patch notes so far, but I'm getting ready for this on tomorrow. So please like, subscribe, and comments down below. But don't forget to notification and click the bell icon so I can watch this sorry, I can upload my videos for some time. So thank you guys so much watching, and I hope you see you in my next video. See you tomorrow for the update 12.6 ahead in the Asia servers. Good luck. Good luck to you all, captains.